Our new story for this week is Mama, I'll Give You the World by Ronnie Schotter, illustrated by S. Selig Gallagher. The genre of this story is realistic fiction. Your essential question: in what ways do people show they care about each other? Read how Louisa planned something special for her mother. When Papa was around, Mama loved to dance, but Mama doesn't dance anymore. She works hard every day at Walter's World of Beauty, cutting, coloring, and curling. After school each afternoon, Louisa's bus drops her at the door to the world. Everyone greets her: Walter, Rupa, George's, but especially Mama. Mama smiles and makes a place for Louisa on a cushion under the palm tree. First things first, Mama always says. So there by Walter's bottles of beauty, with names that whisper promises. Raspberry Radiance, Evening Glamour Glow, Sunday Night Soother, Louisa does her schoolwork, while Mama, like a magician, turns Mrs. Coo's dark hair the color of sunset. Walter, George's, and Rupa cut and comb. Louisa does a math problem. Then she writes a story for English about a girl with a magic brush that brushes people's cares away. When she finishes her homework, Louisa takes out her scissors, her glue, and her paper and does what Mama does: cuts and colors and curls portraits of the customers. Everyone in the world is a flower, her mother always tells her. Together they make a bouquet. So Louisa cuts slowly, noticing how different each flower is and how each one comes in a special size and shape. In between customers, Mama rests in her chair and lets Louisa brush her long, thick curls. Louisa brushes hard, pretending she is a girl in her story, carefully watching her mother's face to see if she can make her smile. Mama hardly ever smiles, but when she does, she is the prettiest flower in the world. Louisa loves to look at the pictures at her mother's station. One is of Louisa. The other is of Mama long ago, happy and dancing, in a large room that looks like a palace, crowded with people and full of lights. Mama says the name of the palace is Roseland, but Louisa doesn't believe her. She thinks her mother has made up the name because she loves flowers. Can we go there? Louisa asks. She imagines the two of them holding hands and dancing at the palace Mama calls Roseland. But Mama shakes her head. No. She holds the picture in her hands, and her eyes look at something far away and once upon a time. Something Louisa can only guess at. Under the dryers, the ladies loudly whisper their secrets, but Louisa has a secret of her own. Tomorrow is Mama's birthday, and tonight, Louisa is going to give her the present she's been planning for such a long time. For the past few weeks, whenever Mama isn't looking, Louisa has whispered her secret in the ear of each of Mama's favorite customers. When she sweeps up snippets of hair for handsome Mr. Anselmo, who always tells Mama, "Just a little off here and a little off there. Please leave it as long as you dare, for you see, don't you know, you can see it so, that I haven't a lot left to spare." And when she helps Mrs. Malloy, bent over and sad as she inches into the world on her walker, but smiling and standing nearly straight an hour later, when, feeling beautiful again, she leaves. When she helps Mama brush and braid Hazel May Dixon's Go Everywhere hair till it looks like neat, shiny rows of licorice. And when she sprays fuzzy Mrs. Fogelman's hair that refuses to stand up and obey until Mama teases it with a comb so it can't help standing up, fluffy and high as a great gray cloud, just the way Mrs. Fogelman likes it. And when she removes the giant pink and purple rollers that turn Mrs. Rodriguez's dark tangles into an ocean of gentle waves. At 6 o'clock, it's time at last to go home. Louisa exchanges secret winks with Walter, George's, and Rupa. Then she and Mama hang up their smocks and empty their pockets, heavy with tip money. It all goes into a special envelope. First things first, Mama says. She is saving for Louisa for college. Mama wants Louisa to learn everything. Outside, the world stretches before them, dark, mysterious, and twinkling with store and street and starlight. Louisa and Mama stand together looking at it, feeling, oh, so small. Mama's hair sparkles in the light, so do her eyes. The world is big, so much more for you to know, so much more for you to see. One day, if I can, Mama says, patting the envelope deep in her coat pocket, I will give the world to you. No, thinks Louisa. Tonight, if I can, I will give the world to you for your birthday. At home that evening, Louisa asks Mama to try on her prettiest dress, the one with the roses and violets and vines that encircle Mama's waist, the way Louisa's arms do when they hug. Please, Mama, Louisa begs. Not now, Mama says. I'm tired. Pretty please, Louisa asks, opening her eyes as wide as Walter's windows and looking at Mama in a way she knows Mama can't refuse. All right, Mama says, and puts on her dress. While she does, Louisa pretends to be searching for something. Mama, she calls out, we have to go back to the world. I forgot my book. Louisa hurries and hands Mama her coat. Mama pushes the coat away. No, she says, it can wait until tomorrow. Louisa is worried. But Mama, she pleads, it's for my book report. Don't you always tell me first things first? Mama sighs and puts on her coat. Louisa tries not to smile. When they get to the world, it is dark. Louisa holds her breath as Mama takes out her keys and opens the door. The moment Mama turns on the light, music fills the world. Surprise! Louisa's portraits dance along the walls and mirrors. Walter, Rupa, and George's have filled the room with roses and have hung tiny lights that wink like eyes. All of Mama's favorite customers are there, dressed up, but Mama, smiling, is the prettiest of all. Happy birthday, everyone yells. Then speech. Mama blushes. First things first, she says, and gathers Louisa in her arms. For your birthday, Louisa says, I wanted to turn the world into Roseland. You did, Lulu Bell, Mama says. Thank you. Thank you all. Mama, Louisa asks as the music swells from Walter's boombox, will you dance with me? Mama doesn't move, and she doesn't answer. She looks at Walter, Rupa, and George is smiling at her. She looks at Mrs. Malloy's 2 old feet tapping beside her walker like 2 new feet. She looks at Mrs. Fogelman's great gray cloud of hair turned golden by the lights and changed into a clear weather cloud. She looks at Mr. Elmsmo and Hazel May Dixon and Mrs. Rodriguez and Mrs. Koo all dressed in their finest clothes to honor her. Then she looks deep into Louisa's eyes, and Louisa sees that Mama's eyes are no longer far away. They are near and clear and wet with tears. Shall we dance? Mama asks Louisa. And Mama and Louisa dance. They twirl and whirl and laugh together. Soon everyone is dancing, and the world seems to sparkle and spin faster and faster around them. Then Mr. Anselmo, with a bow so deep that his bald spot shows, and he doesn't even care, asks Mama and Louisa to dance with him, and they do. And the way Mr. Elmsmo smiles at Mama and the way she smiles back at him make Louisa think there is no more beautiful place in the world than this world, the world they are dancing in now. About the author and illustrator. Unlike Louisa, Ronnie Shutter was extremely shy growing up. She even had difficulty asking the school librarian for help finding books. But like Louisa, Shutter had a great imagination. Thinking up stories made her want to become a writer. She has written more than 30 books for young people. Like Louisa, S. Selig Gallagher uses her imagination to bring words and ideas to life. As an artist, she imagined the way Louisa changed the salon into Roseland and created paintings to show it. She has illustrated many books for young people, including several books of fairy tales.